The cheapest AI in history raised its prices this morning. One line on the official price sheet is up 1100%, and most of the sheet tripled or quadrupled during peak hours. If you use DeepSeek's API, your bill changed while you slept. And if you use any AI at all, this is the end of the cheapest tokens ever sold. By the end of this video, you'll know in about 1 minute whether your bill just went up 4 times, and you'll have 3 verified exits. One of them costs $18 flat, and I've already run real work through it. Here's the actual price sheet captured from DeepSeek's official docs this morning, and it's a rare screenshot because for a few hours, the page showed the old prices and the new prices side by side. Two models, V4 Flash, the cheap one, and V4 Pro, the flagship. Flash output used to cost 28 cents per million tokens. From today, it's 66 cents off peak and $1.32 at peak. That's 4.7 times the price. Pro output goes from 87 cents to 396 at peak. And here's the line behind the headline. Pro's cached input, the tokens you were paying a third of a cent for, now costs 4.4 cents at peak. That is 12 times the price, up more than 1100%. The honest range across the whole sheet runs from a 52% increase on the gentlest line to over 1100% on that one. Nothing got cheaper. Their changelog says it plainly. With the release of the V4 model family, prices moved to peak and off-peak billing, quote, to allocate resources more reasonably. Off-peak is exactly half of peak. Bloomberg adds the context. DeepSeek is heading toward an IPO, and the founder is balancing investor expectations against the cost of building out compute. And here's the part that stings if you budgeted on the old prices. Engadget points out that DeepSeek once called its low pricing a temporary promotion, then pledged the rates were permanent. And now, this. The cheapest tokens in history turned out to be a promotion after all. And the promotion is over. So what does this actually cost you? Let's price a real workload. A coding agent that burns 100 million input tokens a month, 70% of them cache hits, plus 20 million tokens of output. On Flash, at the old prices, that month cost $10. Off peak, it's now $20. At peak, it's $40.58. The same work, 4 times the bill. On Pro, that same month goes from about $31 to $122 at peak. And checking your own bill takes 1 minute. Open your usage page, find your input, cache hit and output totals, and multiply each one against the new sheet. Peak rate if you run during peak hours, half that if you don't. Which brings us to the first exit, because the clock is now part of your bill. Peak hours are 1 to 4 a.m. and 6 to 10 a.m. UTC. Translate that for the US, peak lands 9 p.m. to midnight Eastern plus 2 to 6 in the morning, which means a normal American 9 to 5 workday runs entirely off peak. But the evening coding session, the exact hours most side projects happen, now pays double. So exit 0 costs nothing. Schedule the heavy runs. Batch jobs, overnight agents, big refactors. Move them into the off-peak window and you cut the new prices in half, guaranteed, without changing a single line of code. But that's still roughly double the old prices. If you want your old bill back, you need a real exit. If this ledger just saved you money, hit subscribe because it's free. And if you want to back the work, hit join here or the supporter button on Facebook. Now, exit number 1. Exit 1 is the $18 flat plan. 2 days ago, ZAI shipped GLM 5.3, and their docs say it plainly. Available to all GLM coding plan users, including the cheapest tier at $18 a month. I'm on that exact plan, and I ran a real 5-task battery through it inside Claude Code on day 1. It fixed a real bug in 34 seconds, built a feature with passing tests in 100, ran a git bisect and found the exact breaking commit, traced a 600,000 token code base and cited the right files, and shipped a working app in one shot, 5 for 5. On their own benchmark chart, it beats Claude Opus 4.8 on Terminal Bench, using less than half the output tokens. Now, the honest caveats: it's a subscription with a usage quota, not a per token API. Their API is still marked coming soon. And the open waits are delayed about 2 weeks for safety review because the model got better at finding security holes than they planned. It found over 2,000 vulnerabilities in real open source projects, 107 of them critical. For coding agent work on a budget, this is the strongest tested exit on the board. Exit 2 is for people who need a real per token API today. The cheapest frontier class option on the board right now is Minimax M3, 23 cents per million tokens in, 96 cents out, with a 1 million token context window. Run our reference month through it, and you pay about $42, a third of DeepSeek Pro's new peak price for the same volume. Full honesty, I have not battle tested Minimax the way I tested GLM. The price and the context window are verified. The quality on your work is not. So, do what I do. Give it one real, boring, reversible job from your actual week before you move anything that matters. Exit 3 is for self-hosters. In the same week all of this happened, Alibaba's Qwen team put the weights for their biggest model on Hugging Face. 2.4 trillion parameters, 95 billion of them active. The license is custom, free, unless you're running a 100 million user product on it. And for hardware most of us actually own, there's the 27B version, a straight Apache 2 license, and a 262,000 token context window. If you have the GPU, the model is free forever, and no pricing page can ever touch you again. And one more thing happened this week that nobody connected. Anthropic had a price increase scheduled too. Sonnet 5 was supposed to jump 50% on September 1st. On August 10th, they cancelled it. Their pricing page now says the $2 in, $10 out rate is permanent. So in the same 7 days, the cheapest AI in the world raised prices up to 12 times, and the expensive one locked its price. Read into that whatever you like about where this market is going. The practical takeaway is simpler. Never build your budget on a price that was ever called a promotion. What the exits don't give you. Nobody hands you the old flash prices back. Those tokens are gone. The $18 plan has a quota. Minimax is unproven on your codebase until you prove it. And every number in this video is the number today. Prices are now something you verify on the official page, the morning you run the job. Every link and every table is in the kit. Real talk. 90% of you watching haven't subscribed. On Facebook, subscribe is the supporter button. That is what keeps the lights on here. On YouTube, it's free, and it tells the algorithm to send you more. Subscribe to support us. Here's the whole escape plan in 4 moves. 1. Run the 1-minute bill check against the new sheet. 2. Apply the clock rule. Anything heavy moves off peak, and that's half price on the spot. 3. Pick your lane. The $18 GLM plan if you live inside a coding agent, Minimax if you need the cheapest open API, Qwen weights if you own the hardware. 4. Re-verify the prices before you commit, because this month just proved they can change overnight. I put all of it in a free PDF. The full before and after price table, the US peak hour map, the ledger math, and the lane-by-lane decision tree. Comment the word exit, and my bot sends it straight to you. If you're getting serious about running AI properly, my beginner guides are linked below. The complete Claude Code Guide, the OpenAI Codex Guide, the Claude Cowork Sales Guide, and the Claude Architect Prep Kit. And the builds behind these videos live on Instagram at Hyperautomation Labs. Meanwhile, remember, the agent tool DeepSeek gives away is still free. Only the tokens got expensive. My full day 1 test of that tool is on screen right now. The price has changed. Your playbook doesn't have to. See you in the next one.